I'm starting.
Welcome into this edition of the Volin' Out podcast. Swanny Knoxville here with the godfather of Volin' Out, Jordan.
Right.
How you doing tonight?
Buddy, if I was any damn better, I'd need a twin.
We already talked about that.
We
Being
did.
a twin would be, or having a twin would be superb.
Yes.
I'd always like to pull the little pranks. You know, you've seen the twin movies and TV shows on TV where you make them sub in for you on a date or whatever. Anyway, we're also joined tonight by the other father of the Volin' Out podcast. That's right. The Volin' Out podcast has two dads.
Where's Maury?
Russell Austin Bright is in with us tonight. How are you tonight, Russell?
What's going on, Swan? What's up, Jordan?
What's up, buddy?
Nothing. Reeling in the wind we had this weekend.
Me too. Still celebrating.
We are down a former Vol football player, Vol legend Billy Ratliff tonight. He couldn't be with us, but we carry on.
Next man up, as Billy would say.
It is Monday, October 27th, the year of our Lord 2025. We're obviously going to recap the Kentucky game. That was fun for everybody, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk. We'll get around the SEC. We'll get ready for Oklahoma tonight, and we'll probably do like we did last week and split it up into 2 episodes. I think that's the best move. But we're going to start same way we started the Alabama show with Tony Vitello. It's official now. Just a little timeline update. We recorded last Tuesday, and at that point it wasn't official, but we all knew what was about to happen. We all knew it was going to happen, and then Wednesday morning it's official. He takes the job.
We were pretty optimistic that we might keep our coach, but I think we also understood that if there was a solid chance he was gonna go, and who could really blame him?
Man, honestly, I think the San Fran Giants job is just too much to pass up for him. I mean, you can't ask a guy to stay here and coach a college team knowing he can go and coach in the majors, a team who's got, probably 4 or 5 million more fans than we do, if not more. So hats off to him. Thanks for everything he did here. We're in good hands moving forward, though.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Go ahead, Jordan.
Well, I think I'm going to say this. I don't think he could have left in any classier of a manner than what he did.
No.
I mean, he got to say his goodbyes. He got to say whatever. Said he wants to stick around however he could in whatever capacity. I'll respect that. I mean, he done a lot. He done a lot for Tennessee baseball. Made it interesting to me, and I don't even watch baseball. I'd rather watch paint dry, honestly.
I mean, dude, I'm not a huge baseball fan. I'll watch playoffs, and then that's really about it. But
yeah,
I know that. Here's one thing I know for sure: come May, Tennessee was going to have a squad. We were gonna be the College World Series was
absolutely
every year.
But yes, an historic jump from college baseball to the major leagues. First ever coach to be hired, manager. Sorry, I know baseball's got stupid ass terms. First ever manager to be hired from college with no pro experience whatsoever. First time in history. And of course it would happen to us.
Of course. Here's the thing, though, and it doesn't matter what sport it is, if it's football, baseball, basketball, underwater basket weaving, it don't matter. If somebody don't want your coach, then you've not got a good coach.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it is a testament to the program that he built here, that he was sought after, not only by the major leagues, but other colleges wanted it. Everybody wanted it. We had the best coach in the country. And there's no debate about that. I know LSU's got their rings, and Arkansas thinks that Van Horn fella is pretty good, but none of them are Tony V. None of them.
They all wanted Tony.
Not one of those coaches could take the absolute dumpster fire that was Tennessee baseball and not only put it on the map, but put it at the forefront of college baseball. And that was what he did, man. He did that here. Here's my honest opinion. I've got the numbers, everything he accomplished here. Obviously, we know we won a World Series. I think it was 3 SEC titles, 52 players drafted. Mm-hmm. But name the damn stadium after it.
Hey, do it.
I don't know who Lindsey Nelson is. Is Lindsey Nelson one person or 2 people? I don't know. It doesn't matter. They're not Tony Vitello. They didn't do for us what Tony Vitello did. Tony Vitello Stadium, make it happen.
It's got a good ring to it. I do want to say this, though. I think the 30 to 45-year-old female demographic took a huge hit with this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not happy about it.
Huge hit.
They're not happy about it.
No.
I don't know who's. I don't think they took it as hard as I did. I was down bad. I was listening to Marvin's Room by Drake. I felt like I got dumped.
You know,
I was sad for a couple of days. Once he made the statement where he addressed the Knoxville media, I started to, feel okay again. His very opening statement, as you guys know, I have accepted a job to babysit Drew Gilbert, which was funny.
Right.
His statement was phenomenal. It's a statement that only Tony Vitello could have given.
Sure.
Now if you guys have nothing else to say, let's talk a little bit about the athletic director situation.
Well, hang on now. Hang on.
Okay.
We do have a coach. We do have a coach.
We do. Let's build up to that. We know we've got one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm down with that. It was just wild to me how that played out, though. Like we were like, yeah, we're gonna keep our coach, and then Frank Anderson, interim head coach, and then Danny White. Like Danny plays everything so close to the vest, it's crazy. He's like a national search will happen.
The nature in which things played out.
Yes.
A lot of fans turned on Danny White, and I guess since then they've turned. They've flipped back. So starting with what happened Wednesday when it was made official, Danny White makes a statement. He says things like, "I don't really have relationships with the coaches," yada yada yada. I'm not 100% sure that he even had a conversation with Tony after the Saturday that the news broke. And a lot of people were upset with that. He's the best coach that we had on campus. And there's no debate about that. There was a rumor that there was a reallocation of funds from baseball to women's basketball, which is not true at all. It's just not true. But it did come out in that presser that the women's basketball team does indeed get more of the revenue share than baseball. It was 75% football, 15% men's basketball, 5% women's basketball, and then 5% everything else. That could play a key role into why Tony left, but
I don't think it did.
At this point, I think it was more so that, he took a job that only 30 people in the world have.
Well, that, and honestly, man, the fact that Tony took a pay cut to go take this job, it was about the dream. It wasn't about anything else. And can you really fault the guy for doing it? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, if he's following a dream, I think it's a dream we've all got, whether you're a professional, whether you're a Pee-wee football coach, whatever. Like, if you're going to scrub toilets for a living, by God, you want to scrub the shit out of them toilets and be the best damn toilet scrubber you can be.
And you want to scrub the best toilets.
That's right. Only the best. Yeah.
If that's your dream. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I think we had, I don't care if God was our athletic director. I don't think we had a chance of retaining Tony B.
No.
I really don't.
Not in that situation.
But a lot of people were mad at Danny White. And I think maybe justifiably. There's been a lot of things recently, even before the baseball thing happened, like the raising of the ticket prices, the talent fees, the switch to Adidas, which I'm still not happy about, especially after seeing the shit that Miami wore on Saturday.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible.
If we ever do that, I will not watch that game. I won't watch it.
I don't think
watch
we got to worry about that.
I really hope not. I sincerely hope not.
I like Adidas. I think that's a conversation for a different day, though.
I do too, but okay.
I want to say this, though, with all this, from, Danny White did say, to back up what you were saying earlier in that press conference, how NIL funds were, distributed, this, that, and the other. He said, as a group, he called the media out. I liked it. He was like, we all owe Kim Caldwell an apology.
A lot of people do. I'll say this. I saw far too much Lady Vols slander on Twitter.
Well, here's my thing, man.
Much.
Like, I got a, few more gray hairs than you boys do. I'm not as wet behind the ears as y'all are. To me, I'm just going to say it, and this might be a hot take. Lady Vols the Lady Vols brand and Lady Vols basketball, to me, is more recognizable than Tennessee baseball.
Agreed.
You're not wrong. I would argue that with Tony Vitello on campus, baseball's bigger.
Well, of course, but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter. With Tony V, we knew what our expectations were. Okay. And this is where I'm going. We knew what the expectations were with him. I think with a new coach, those kind of get tempered down just a bit, maybe. I know that we kind of promote, and we're going to get into this, but we kind of promoted from within with that. But with the Lady Vols, it doesn't matter who the coach is. It went from Pat Summitt to Holly Warlick to Kelly Harper, and now we're Kim Caldwell. And for as long as I've been alive, I'm 36 years old. As long as I've been alive, you watch the Lady Vols every year, and you're like, by God, they're supposed to be in the Final Four. Like, supposed to be. With Tennessee baseball, up until Tony V, we were just like,
we make the World Series in Omaha. We're doing good.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a program, the standard for the Lady Vols is Final Four.
It's totally true,
Tennessee,
yes. But
for Tennessee baseball, it was like, well, who gives a damn until Tony V? You know what I mean?
I mean, who gives a damn about any of it besides football?
Well,
but,
I mean,
we had the best damn baseball coach in the country, and he was the best coach.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I think men's baseball deserved more of the revenue share than women's basketball. But at this university that we all live and die for and bleed orange and all that, women's basketball is something it's got to be important. It's important to me still. I'm upset that Tony V's not here, but the women's basketball team is also important.
So,
like, it's important.
Well,
go ahead.
No, you finish. Because I'm going to be a smart ass, but go ahead. Not to you, just in general. Go ahead.
Well, it matters to me because I kind of remember the era where we were really good at women's basketball, and it matters here. I hate that I've said it on this podcast before that I hate that there was a kind of a renaissance of women's basketball that happened in the past couple of years, and the Lady Vols weren't a part of it. It's mattered to me. My grandmother loved Pat. It matters, and that's just the way of it. We can't. Tennessee's going to put women's basketball ahead of baseball every time, unlike like Arkansas or LSU.
Sure.
It's just the nature of the beast here. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, when I said I was going to be the smart ass, I'm going full send here. I'll just be honest with you. My own personal hell is watching women's basketball. Like, seriously, I cannot get excited about a breakaway layup. I can't do it.
Not guaranteed.
I absolutely can't. I can't do it. You're not going to hear me be like, oh my God, yes, she put it off the glass beautifully. Like, no, I can't do it. I cannot do it. There's no competition to it. There's just not. Like, there's no testosterone to it.
I can under two circumstances. Number one, if the Lady Vols are doing the ass whooping, and number two, if Caitlin Clark is playing.
Yeah, okay.
And that was something I said. That was something that
Fair enough.
said maybe drunkenly to somebody a couple nights ago. That 30 years ago, Caitlin Clark would have crawled on her knees to come play at Tennessee.
Well, absolutely.
We talked about the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese rivalry. They would have both been in Knoxville.
Yeah. Either way, I'd drink either one of their bathwaters. But here's the thing.
But
here's the thing. Okay, like, I just cannot sit here and be like, you know what, man? Damn, I'm really looking forward to this game tonight. Like, to me, my own personal hell is sitting for all of eternity, sitting down there, sweating my ass off with bleacher ass, watching women's basketball.
It's about the same as baseball for me.
Hell is to
once
me.
Once the postseason runs around, I'll dial in.
To bring up your point there, Swan, about the revenue. So I was asking one of my buddies who is not a Tennessee fan. He's actually a South Carolina fan. I said, brought up the revenue part of what we discussed there, how it's broke down. And he said, I would argue that women's college basketball should be higher on your list. He said, I look at you guys more as a women's college basketball program than I do as anything else. He said, that includes football. He said, you guys have been more dominant on the hardwood as a women's basketball team than anywhere else. You look at the stats, he's not wrong. We've won more national titles there than we have in football or baseball or men's basketball, anywhere else. So it kind of stands.
He's got a point. Yeah. He does have somewhat of a point there.
But, Russ, you need better friends, buddy. He's a South Carolina fan.
That's true. That's true. You do need a better friend.
I'm just kidding.
But
makes a good
he
point.
does have a point. I mean, the
I mean,
women's,
that is
the
a
women's
solid point.
college basketball Hall of Fame is in Knoxville
But I will say this:
because of Pat
it's
Summitt.
never not going to be football number one. We are 100% football as a university, and it should be. But women's college basketball seems to get a lot of disrespect because we've had some off seasons, we've had off years since we lost Pat.
We've had an off decade.
That's true. We are picking up. Last year was
the thing about it is
we had a great.
Kim Caldwell has my full support.
Yes,
well, absolutely. They're fun to watch now. Like, I watched a couple of games last year, and they're fun to watch.
South Carolina in her first year here. Let that sink in.
Well, and also, here's the thing about
Staley nowadays.
Not many.
Here's the thing, too, about your buddy making this point. South Carolina women's basketball is more relevant than their football team ever will be.
That's true. That's 100%
just saying.
True.
Just
100% true.
And he does, and that's the thing. I've said he doesn't argue that point at all.
Right. He shouldn't. If he's got any sense, he shouldn't. I'm just saying.
Dawn Staley is just with as Pat Summitt, boys. Hate to say that, but she is.
Dawn Staley is a scary woman.
Well, you know, it all pisses me off that Gino did. It pisses me off that Gino gets to keep living and coaching and winning. Meanwhile,
you know what? You want to know what pisses me
Pat's
off?
Dead. He's the one. He deserved cancer. He deserved Alzheimer's. He.
Oh shit! We're gonna have to edit that out.
Man, he's a
Swan. You better reel it in. But you know what?
I'm reeled in.
I'll follow it up.
This is a real. This is as reeled in as it gets. Okay.
I'll follow.
Gino deserved to die, not Pat.
I'm balled up right now.
Shit.
What do you know about it?
Well, guys, this will be the last Falling Out episode. Just kidding.
No,
I'm gonna
we don't get paid for this. We don't. No, this is
It still
we're
pisses
well
me off.
inbound, baby. We are well inbound.
Awesome.
It still pisses me off. They all get to vote.
But we've spent a lot more time on women's basketball than we should today. In October. Let's move along the timeline here. We opened up a coaching search for baseball, and we interviewed Kevin Schnall from Coastal Carolina, who has been at Coastal Carolina for 1 year and went to the World Series.
Yep.
I think they made it all the way to the finals.
You know, I also heard, and this would have been a very interesting hire, even though I think he's a
I know where you're going with this.
piece of crap person. Kurt Schilling.
I did hear that.
That
a lot came out in this time. But yes, the Kurt Schilling thing.
That would have been an amazing hire. That's one of the. I don't care. I don't know nothing about him as a person as far as that goes.
Player,
as a pitcher, that dude was.
He was great.
Legit.
He was a great pitcher. I would have rather hired Kevin Schnall than Kurt Schilling.
I'm with you on that one, Swan. He's a good coach too. Coastal Carolina's got a coach.
Yeah.
It would be like if the Tennessee football job came open. Would you rather hire Peyton Manning or a football coach? You know what I'm saying?
Gotta go football.
Gotta go football.
Got to.
Man, I
love Peyton, but
who doesn't love Peyton?
I love Peyton.
That's
who doesn't.
The forehead.
But sure, we ended up settling on Josh Ellinger.
I wouldn't call it settling.
No settlement.
No. I don't mean it like that by no means. That was a fantastic hire.
Yeah, that was the one the fans all wanted.
That's the only hire you made.
And it became official that Tony was leaving. He was Tony's assistant. He's been Tony's assistant since 2018. He's the hitting coach, which we all know
2022
hitting dingers is kind of something that we've
that's important.
That's our bread and butter. We love hitting dingers in Knoxville, KNOCKSville.
You know, here's the thing though. That World Series run that we made was based off pitching. I mean, they had to score, obviously.
Yes, every championship run in baseball is off pitching. It's just like football with the quarterback or basketball with your point guard. It's always the same. It's always the same. We get to retain our recruiting classes, the recruiting class that we already have on campus and the recruiting class that's coming up. We get to retain that because he was the recruiting coordinator.
Right,
baseball.
right.
It was absolutely the right hire. I've seen people say that, Texas A&M did the same thing and it didn't work out for them.
Oh, good for them.
It's not the same thing. The guy that they hired so we played Texas A&M in the World Series a couple years ago. Their coach immediately leaves and goes to Texas, their biggest rival. And then they hired his assistant as the coach, and they fucking suck now. This is not the same thing.
No, it's not.
The assistant they hired at A&M was only there for 3 years. Our guy's been there every step of the way in the rebuilding of the baseball program. He's the recruiting coordinator. Kids love him. Former players were stepping up on social media to say that he should have been the hire, and he was. I think that the national coaching search was just a show. I think it was going to be him the entire time.
You almost have to say that, honestly. But I'll say this: he spelled Nashville wrong. Like, it wasn't. There was no national to it. It was Nashville. Is about as far as that search went, if it even went that far. The baseball program will be fine.
You know, the thing is with these coaching searches that Danny White's done now for the baseball team and also the football team, he went back to the people he knew the best, the people that were already in program with him. You know, when he moved here, at UCF with Hop, he said, bring him in. He's the only guy I know that can do this job. He might feel the same about Elander.
I think
there was another person that he interviewed then before he got to Hop.
Who was that?
I can't remember. But anyway, interviewing the one guy that they did interview would have been a good hire.
I guess what I'm getting at with that, though, I think we're foolish for thinking that we weren't going to hire Elander from the start, because he's made a reputation of hiring from within.
I don't think that it was foolish to think that Danny White would want to go get his own guy. I don't think that's foolish at all. That's because that's his thing. He's, Danny White has made a living off of Nate Oates.
That's true.
I mean, sure, he could
and Lance Leopold.
I mean, he could want that, sure. I think that he's going to make a fatter wallet for himself if the university succeeds all the way around. So I don't think necessarily he's going to put that in jeopardy just to say, I hired this guy. He didn't make the World Series, but we won an SEC title. We got lucky.
Well, all that matters to Danny White, it's not national championships. It's just winning games as a whole. That's the only thing that matters to the athletic director, is just winning games across the board.
Winning creates money.
Women's tennis.
I think with White, he's gonna make the best, safest hire. He's not gonna stick his neck out on somebody like Derek Dooley,
right?
For instance.
Yes, he would not have made the Derek Dooley hire. I agree.
Yeah. He Jeremy Pruitt, whatever. Like he's gonna make the best hire and the safest hire, a hire that he knows he can trust.
Give Dan that.
He's proven that with football. He's proven that.
I wouldn't even say safest. I think he would make the best hire. And when I was talking about how people turned on him, I'm one of those people. I went through a whole thing this past week with Danny White, and then come Saturday, handing the reins to Elander, I'm back on board. I'm like, all right, you're right. He's going to do right by the university. Well, he's going to do right by himself, and ipso facto, he's going to be doing right by the university.
Right. And I think that's all, whether you've got money invested in the program or you're just a fan, I think that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. You got to give Danny.
Rename the field Tony Vitello Stadium.
Lindsey Nelson Field at Tony Vitello Stadium.
Tony Vitello Field at Tony Vitello Stadium. So that's what
either way, I'm down with it. But hey, boys, we did have a men's basketball game this weekend as well.
Yeah, we did. Did you guys? Did you guys?
I was busy being a degenerate watching football.
I get that.
But I kept up with it. I know we lost.
It kind of fit perfectly in that window of between the late afternoon NFL games and the night NFL game. So I did partake in.
I watched about the first 10 minutes
in the viewing of that game.
I didn't watch much after that.
All I know is my Packers had more fans in the stadium than the Steelers did at the end of the game. And that's not a knock on Aaron. I love me some Aaron, but damn it, man, it felt good to get that one. We got a football game to talk about, though, boys.
Well, as far as the basketball game goes, I'll say that Gillespie is going to be the real deal.
Yeah.
Jacoby Gillespie is awesome. And we should get Jordan Moore on here soon to talk hoops.
Oh, well, we'll just have to send the man a text message.
Wizard.
Absolutely.
Let's Pause right here.
All right.
And if you guys want to feel old, Carlos Boozer's twins are freshmen at Duke. Cameron and Caden Boozer.
The Boozers. That's the best last name ever.
Solid players for them.
I watched
However,
their dad play.
Yeah, for pretty much the entire career. I watched him play at college when he was at Duke.
Yeah.
And it's time just it marches on, baby. It marches on. So speaking of we've mentioned bread and butter already on this podcast. Let's talk a little football.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's take a trip around the SEC this past week, as I'm pulling it up on my phone.
Dude, it was a crazy week. It was a crazy week in the SEC, honestly.
It was wild. Alabama at South Carolina. Billy said South Carolina was going to win, and for a minute I thought he was right.
I went with him on that
game.
one. That was just one they had that's for whatever reason, man, that's their Arkansas for us. They have a hard time beating them. It don't matter if it's in Tuscaloosa or Columbia. South Carolina choked that game away. # Beamer Ball.
I love that.
They did. I mean, they had that game dead to rights, and all they had to do was not shit the bed, and they did it.
Shit it full.
Like,
right, Russ?
Yeah, and Waller did.
Shit their pants plumb full, spun out there on the field.
Like, it was bad, man. Like, that was bad football at the end of that game. Like, it really was.
Like, I jumped into that game. I was at a festival this weekend working. Jumped into that game when I got home from the festival, and it was, I think, 14-12.
Yeah.
South Carolina was winning that game, and I want to say that they ended up.
Bama was winning.
Bama was winning.
12. Carolina kicked a field goal to go up 3.
That is 15-14, and then they scored a touchdown. When they go up 22-14, and it's like 2 minutes and 16 seconds left, I think, something like that. Yes. And my buddy was here. The South Carolina fan was here. He's literally freaking out on my couch. He's like, "Man, we might actually beat them." I said, "Dude, this is the only time I'm ever going to say this, but go Gamecocks." And it didn't work. Shane Beamer is literally Butch Jones Jr.
Like, where's Connor Stallions at when you need him? That's all I can say. Like, they had that game. They did. Like, had it dead to rights. All they had to do was pick up a single first down. That game is over and done with. We're having a totally different conversation right now.
You give up 15 points in 2 minutes.
Yes.
How did that happen?
And here's the thing. Like, he didn't even have to. They could have won the game 22-20. But I will say this: that play that Bama drew up on the trick play to get the 2-point conversion,
very nice,
was sexy. Like,
very nice. Love that play. Don't like giving them credit. But, man, that was good.
That was well done.
The nice little handoff to Ty. Nice little handoff there to Ty was unexpected.
Yeah. Well, and then he faked the handoff. And just it was like they just said, "Okay, we'll let them score. We're going to get the ball back. We'll go down and try to score." But they didn't. So
how do you cue on a guy who passes the ball constantly? He's hardly run the ball much this year, Ty Simpson. He's mostly standing behind the line of scrimmage, firing the ball. How do you cue on him right there if you're South Carolina? That's the thing. They've got a great defensive coordinator.
I'll tell you how. I got 2 words for you. Shane Beamer. Beamer Ball. Shane Beamer. He sucks.
2 minutes. They scored more points in 2 minutes than they scored in 58.
And it's just like, what are you doing? You had that. Like, I'm getting pissed off right now, and I'm not even a South Carolina fan. Like, come on.
You got to beat that team when you got them dead to rights. What do you do?
They are what we thought they were.
But they didn't.
And we let them off the hook.
And Alabama wins another one.
Yep.
Now.
That game was on at the same time as Missouri at Vanderbilt. Game day was in Nashville.
Good game.
I kept looking at the TV for both of those games, and the scores kept not changing for hours. It felt like those games lasted forever.
That
Vanderbilt wins 17-10 against Missouri.
It was.
Does it again.
Are we scared of Vanderbilt?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Let's get a little deeper into it than that. Why yes, Russ, and why no, Jordan? We'll start with Russ.
So, yes, because We do not have the ability to defend the pass and defend the run at QB without Jermod McCoy and Ricky Gibson back there defending. We're going to be in some serious trouble. Colton Hood can handle his side. I'm worried about the freshman on the opposite side. Eli Stowers, legit NFL draft prospect at tight end. Jeremiah Thielander may be able to keep up with him, but who else? Who else is going to stop him when he has to go out and take a substitute there? So I am a little worried about the offensive side of the ball on Vanderbilt. Now, offensively, we can run up and down the field on them, plain and simple. But defensively, I'm worried for us because they can make plays the way that we can, and Diego is very good at that. He wants to beat us really bad, too.
Jordan, your rebuttal.
Yeah, everybody wants to beat us really bad, though, because we're Tennessee.
That's fair.
I'll tell you right now, I don't think Vandy can score points on us at the clip they need to win. It's in Knoxville. Our defense does turn the ball over. They suck. They suck high and tip. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and polish a turd. They suck high and tip, but they do turn the ball over.
We score on
and
defense.
We score off of them. I mean, I think there's more reasons to not be afraid of Vanderbilt than there are to be. I get being like, oh shit, we could lose that game. Because, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's proven week in and week out.
I think I'm more worried.
Though, we're better than Vanderbilt.
I agree with that. Definitely more talented than them, but I am more worried about our QB situation. I know that sounds crazy after a guy that we've got just threw for 396 yards this weekend. I'm more worried because we have a gunslinger back there. And we're going up against a guy who, if he don't see it open downfield, will run with the ball to keep from turning it over. Joey's done that for us. I'm afraid when we get into one of these big games, he's going to put it into a situation to where we end up getting beat because he turns it over late.
Well,
that could be the game.
Here's the thing. I will take a guy that is not afraid to sling it downfield.
Fair.
And take that chance as opposed to let's wait and see what happens here. Joey's smart enough to say, okay, I'm going to go pick up this first down. Then I'll take my shot. We'll be okay against Vanderbilt. I'm not worried about that one. I'm honestly more worried about the one coming up next and the trip to Florida than I am Vandy. Vandy, Pavia is good. Pavia's good. He's got heart. He's got grit. But he's also got a dislocated ankle, if I'm not mistaken. Did they not cart the man off the field this weekend?
Dislocated ankle? There's no way.
That's what I heard.
I don't know.
Really?
Somebody got.
It was the Missouri quarterback.
Yeah. Never mind. Scratch that. But still,
I remember now.
Still, though, Pavia is not gonna sit here and sling it all game and put up 65 on us to beat us 65-60. He's not going to do it. I'm sorry, he's not. And if he does, I'll get on this episode. I'll get on the episode after Vanderbilt, give that boy all the credit in the world. But I just don't think he's capable of doing that.
Fair enough.
He's good enough. I think he's good. I think he's got the skill set, but I don't think they're going to come into Neyland and come out of there with a win. Now, if this game was in Nashville, I'd feel a little, butthole might pucker up just a little bit.
One guy we didn't bring into this, though, is Clark Lee. He's a great head coach, and he's
tough.
He's proven that he can get it done on the road. I mean, a lot quicker than our guy has.
Well,
we can hash that out a little later. I would say the things that concern me about Vanderbilt, two things, is Vanderbilt's confidence currently. That concerns me.
Sky high.
And the desire to beat Tennessee, to beat Big Brother.
Sky high too.
Those two things make me worry about the Vanderbilt game.
I'm going to put it this way, worried or not, the last game of the season for us, for the first time in a long, long time, probably the first time ever, means as much as it does. If we beat Oklahoma and we beat Florida and we clear the rest of the schedule till Vanderbilt, one of those two teams are going to the playoffs, us or them.
It'll mean a lot. It
meant a lot last year.
It did. That's where I was going. It meant something to Tennessee last year.
Yeah.
But it's not meant something to both sides of the ball in a long, ever.
Yes, that's
probably since pre-World War II.
But I'm going to say this, though. it's always meant something to Tennessee. Always.
Yes.
Whether Vanderbilt has sucked hind tit or trotted the best team they've ever had out there, it's always meant something to Tennessee because a loss to Vanderbilt means, well, you're dropping down in the bowl tier,
Has game day ever been to a Tennessee versus Vandy game?
Probably not.
They might be at this one.
We might be at this one.
It's always meant something to Tennessee. It's always meant more to Tennessee than it has Vanderbilt.
Yes. But it means,
okay.
It still means a lot to Vandy because if they beat us, they've ruined Big Brother's season 9 times out of 10.
Here's the thing. To your point, say we drop one of these next 3 games before Vanderbilt. In theory, what does that game mean to Tennessee at that point? Because I think we're at the point now to where 12-team playoff, it's playoff or bust.
It's win out at this point for us, though. We can't drop another.
You win out. They showed it during the game Saturday night. You win out, you've got a 90% chance of making the playoffs. Simply because Oklahoma's still ranked. Granted, they come to Neyland. Vanderbilt's still ranked. The wild card in everything for Tennessee is Florida. We'll get into that later, but that's the wild card game for us. Vandy's still got a good shot at winning. If Vandy wins out, they're in. They're in, hands down. They could drop one game, and as long as they beat us, they're in. So this game's going to be pretty high stake in about 3 or 4 weeks. But
Let's push that for 3 weeks from now. A couple more games to get through in the SEC.
Okay.
Auburn won at Arkansas 33-24. Did anybody pay attention or give a shit about this?
I seen the score.
I kind of watched it. Arkansas should have won. Honestly,
really?
They were up 24. They were up 24-10 at one point, or like maybe it was 21-10. Arkansas had every right to win that game.
Hugh Freeze keeping his job?
Yeah.
I don't think you fire him.
Can't.
And
they can't.
I don't think you fire him unless you've got somebody better on deck that's like, by God, I want that job. I just don't think you do.
Are they going to hire Brian Kelly?
We're getting there. Maybe on the next episode we're going to talk about that. Anyway, we'll move on from that game. Texas at Mississippi State went to overtime.
Blew that one.
Blew it to shreds.
Had it in the bag, son, and gave it away. A 24-point fourth quarter for Texas.
Arch's ass. Arch Manning's really ass.
Arch's ass. Mississippi State's defense is more ass.
100%, dude. But hey, for a second,
like they're the full-blown hole.
I know Mississippi State's down the dumps after that game. If you're a fan of Mississippi State, you're hating it. F. Lebby's a great head coach, and that dude they got at running back's an absolute beast. Fluff Boswell, he's awesome.
Fluff's hurt. It's the other guy that they got in now. Fluff got his knee blown out against us, if I'm thinking right.
No, Mississippi State does not need to panic. I know they've had some gut-wrenching losses in the past month.
So it wasn't
Mississippi State, but they're on the right track. Texas, that's 2 weeks in a row they went to Kentucky and Mississippi State and won in overtime. Texas is not a contender.
Here's something else to tie in and think about for later on. Rumor has it Sarkisian's looking at NFL jobs.
I've heard that rumor.
And one of the jobs he is interested in is your boys' beloved Titans. So
I'll take him. I'll take him.
Let me get him.
Play into the discussion on the next episode.
I also think that it's a possibility that leaked from his camp just to cover up a loss to Mississippi State. If they would have lost to Mississippi State, he's got an excuse built in.
Fair.
Yeah, I can see that. But I also think he could be playing Mike Gundy here and being like, hey guys, NFL's come calling, why don't you
We've made the playoffs 2 years in a row. Texas is back.
Man, I'm 40.
Lord God Almighty.
Man, I'm 40. I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Let's get we got one more score here in the SEC before we get to Tennessee, Kentucky. Texas A&M beats the shit out of LSU. Wait, what's the other one? No, we do have 2 more. You're right, we do have 2 more. Texas A&M beats LSU in Baton Rouge to death. It was close in the first half. They had us in the first half, not going to lie. and then Texas A&M wore them out in the second half, and it caused a change not only in Louisiana, but I think in the landscape of college football with the firing of Brian Kelly.
It's there's something happening right now, and we were talking about before we got on air. But there's something happening right now in the world of college football. And I think NIL, stuff like that, has a lot to do with it. But at the same time, man, to just talk ball here, I said last week, winner of Tennessee, Alabama makes a strong case for the best team in the SEC. Texas A&M's growing on me.
Yep.
But we're not going to get to see that game until the SEC championship because they don't play each other.
Yeah. So let's hold off on the LSU conversation until the start of the next episode. And
I want to say one
let's
thing.
talk about what's up.
I hope the Titans were paying attention to that game because I really want them to draft that running back, Le'Veon Moss. He's awesome.
Let's spend the time that we talk about this game on this episode about how good Texas A&M is. They're legit.
They're tough, man. They're tough.
They won a night game in Baton Rouge.
And run away.
You remember when we made their fans leave? A&M did the same thing
at night.
At night with the lights on.
At night. Yep.
That was the one thing when we beat the hell out of LSU a couple years ago in Baton Rouge. They were like, "Well, you didn't play us at night."
It's true.
Well, A&M just played down there at night, and they did the same thing. A&M is the real deal.
Yep,
they're up there. They're absolutely up there. I mean, they're leading the SEC right now.
Marcel Reed's really well. He's really good too. The quarterback, Marcel Reed's awesome, but that running back, man, he's been the one to carry him.
Tennessee boy, Marcel Reed.
They've got a ton of talent.
That's true.
I'm going to say this though: give it to the coach, Elko. Dude was at Duke. All he
Fair enough.
Duke was win. I've got a soft spot for Duke football. I love watching Duke football. I don't care if they suck. I like watching them.
Goes back to the Cutcliffe days.
I mean, they had cut. They appreciate mediocre football over there. I mean, they just like they do, and it's okay. Like, they're used to winning basketball games, but they appreciate mediocre football over there. And Elko was elite. He's looking elite at Texas A&M, and I mean, when you got it, you got it, man.
Well, let's talk about one thing at A&M here.
Okay.
Do you know who their strength and conditioning coach is?
I know where you're going with this. I can't think of his name though. Damn it.
Tommy Moffitt.
Moffitt, yeah.
He was at LSU for years. He was at LSU under Saban, Miles, Orgeron. Brian Kelly gets there, fires his ass, and now he's at Texas A&M. And all of a sudden, somebody's elite and somebody else ain't.
Right.
I think Tommy Moffitt plays a role in how good Texas A&M is right now.
I was going to say,
strength and conditioning is huge, man. That's one of the biggest deals in college.
And he's the best. He's the best in the business.
That's the most unappreciated, underrated job in a college football program because
Tommy Moffitt is the Nick Saban of strength and conditioning. And LSU got rid of him. A&M hired his ass, and now A&M's beating their ass.
Hey, that's how it goes sometimes. It's to quote Ray from Trailer Park Boys, it's the way she goes.
Another thing that plays into Swan's point, too, about that is before he got there, Marcel Reed was hurt. I mean, he's played all season now. Ain't had no injuries, been so.
Reed's a good player. One more SEC game, and then we have to get into Kentucky.
Yes.
Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Ole Miss won.
Oklahoma get that one away.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know about Ole Miss, about Oklahoma giving it away. Kiffin went in with a good game plan, and he actually stuck with it for a change. However, he did try to Kiffin it. He went for like a 4th and 5 inside his own 25. Like, dude,
what are you doing?
Man. Like, don't. I get it. You want to let them hang. It's your thing, but be a little smarter than that because that almost cost them. It almost cost them because Oklahoma, they get 6 right there. We're having a different discussion right now because all the momentum had shifted that way.
That's the thing, man. If Ole Miss gets to the playoffs, it's going to be one of those decisions from him that gets them beat.
It's going to be one of those decisions from him that gets them put out of the playoffs because
that's fair. Might not even make it.
I love Lane. I love watching that dude coach. I love watching him call plays. He's a lot of things. I've said it, I don't know how many times on this show. He is a lot of things, but a bad football coach is not one of them.
Yep.
But he is not strategic at all with his gambles. Like, it's okay to gamble, 4th and 2, 4th and 1, at your own 39-yard
45.
line.
45.
But it's not okay to be like, all right, by God, 4th and a country mile right here. I'm at my 5-yard line. Let's line it up and do it. I'm gonna
Let's
put
go
it on
for
my
it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Monty Kiffin's not rising from the dead anytime soon. All right, that's not happening. Rigor mortis is done set in. It's over and done with. Stop. Play smart. Play smart. Don't sweat games out that you don't have to sweat out. Like you've called a good enough game to make your own breaks. Don't give the other team a break because Ole Miss has a solid defense, but you can't keep putting them in awful situations and being like, all right, they're just gonna have to suck it up and do it right here. Punt the ball. It's okay to take the punter on the road with you, Lane. Just do it. It sucks, but do it.
It sucks, but do it.
Well, we will. Big win for Ole Miss. Big win for Ole Miss.
It was.
We will talk more
Must
about
win
Lane
to stay
Kiffin
in
on the next episode. Let's talk Turkey.
Yeah.
Better yet, let's talk Wildcat. Tennessee goes on the road to Lexington.
Let's talk Wild Turkey.
Puts up 56 points. Gives up 34 points, but a win. Win's a win. It was a blowout. It was never in question. Tennessee wins 56-34 in Lexington. Let's talk about it.
Okay, here's 2 fun facts for you. 34 points, that's the most Kentucky's put up all season this year. Just so happens their defense, their juggernaut defense. 56 points. That's the most we've put up against Kentucky since the year 2000. Also, a couple more real quick. Hype is 5-0 against Kentucky. I don't know if that's something to hang your hat on, but he's 5-0 against Kentucky.
It's nothing to slouch at considering the last 2 guys were.
Right.
We know it.
Also, Tennessee had 3 100-yard receivers in this game for the first time since 2019.
Let's go.
So, yeah, it is what it is. Then I'm going to also say this. Jordan Rodgers is a douchebag. Don't even care. He's a douchebag. But that being said, let's talk about the game.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper out. The Stormtrooper look is my favorite. Honestly, I love it. It's polished, looks clean, it's good. Offense is, man, we talk about it every week. Even at Bama, the offense was on point. It was just the play calling. But This week, the play calling was there. The execution was there. I think lack of execution at Bama hurt us. Didn't have any drops this week. I think I heard something where we're like second in the SEC in drops. I think we had 1, maybe 2 passes hit the ground.
Second in the country, Jordan.
Shit. Okay, I knew it was up there.
Only one team that's had more than us, and I can't remember who it was. I want to say it's App State.
Probably. Man, though, it's just like...
That's a testament, though.
Damn good.
That's a testament to how good Joey is, man. I mean, Joey he was, I don't know if he still is, leading the SEC in yards and touchdowns. He isn't. He's got to be second or third because he was up there a couple weeks back. But that's the thing. With all those drops and him still being that high, that shows you where we're at as an offense, even with the drops, with a good quarterback.
It's a totally different offense this year for a change, and it's nice because we've not seen this offense the last 2 years, and I'm digging it. Here's where it gets interesting, though. They put this stat up in the game. I said it after the Bama game because I'm an eternal optimist. Swanny, you know it. Russ, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
All Tennessee, and I say it like it's no big deal, but all Tennessee has to do is win out. 90% chance to make the playoffs. Okay? 90%. As of Saturday, and I'm sure this number will change, but as of Saturday, a loss was 18% to make the playoffs. I'm going to sound like Nick Saban right here. Quality losses matter. Our 2 losses are to the top 2 of the top 5 teams in the country.
Yes.
1 at home in overtime by whatever, and then 1 in one of the toughest places in the country to play at night. Granted, we didn't look our best. We left some on the field for that one. It is what it is. But Tennessee handles business the rest of the way. We're in. And that's okay. I think that's where we're at right now as a football program. Just handle your business, get there.
This team reminds me a lot of the 2022 team, a whole lot. I mean, the way that we come out and that we handle business on offense, we give up a little more on defense than desired. But it's like we've got that killer mentality. We refuse to die on offense. And if we're making the plays, there's not a whole lot of teams in the country that can keep up with us.
You know, I'm going to say this. I'm going to argue this with you. We have the killer mentality on offense, unless we're on the road.
Fair.
We play to stay in the game on the road until we feel like we have a shot to take the game. No, don't do that. Go
cut their
take
throat.
The game.
Cut their throat right there.
Go take the game. Like just get it done right then. Go take the game. Keep yourself in the game. Take the crowd out of the game. All that. Because whether we want to or not, in 2 weeks after New Mexico State, we're going to have to go to the swamp and take that.
We did that this weekend, though. We figured out how to cut throat this weekend. We never let our foot off the gas. I mean, Kentucky kept scoring, didn't do them no good. So
no,
that's
absolutely.
what we've got to do.
I agree with that, but it's like the staff knows. Okay, well, this is a game we're going on the road. We should win. So let's go out here and call it like we should win. Take the chances. We don't take chances in big games on the road against teams like Alabama, Georgia, whatever. We don't take those chances. They play not to lose in those games. And I know Billy hates hearing that whenever we say it, but they do. They play not to lose those games. They play to wait until the breaks go our way instead of making our own breaks.
Mm-hmm.
That's my problem with the offense. Our defense just sucks this year. I mean, I'm sorry, they do.
We're missing our best player, man. We're missing 2 of our best players on the outside. And we've got talent on the inside, but without Jamad McCoy, I mean, we're talking about the number 1 corner in the NFL draft this year off the board, potentially.
Sure.
We're missing that. Brother, he locks down a whole side of the field. With him on the field against Bama, Ryan Williams doesn't run off like he does against us.
Here's the thing. Here's my argument against that, though. Right now, it's good that it's good for the long run that we're having to play these young guys. Okay,
that's fair.
Farouk. I mean,
oh my God,
that kid's good. He's good. He's so green. He's so green though. Like,
which one's who's number 4? Jordan Redmond.
Redmond.
Redmond. Like that kid. He's had a few passes go over his head. He's a true freshman. That was
dude. That was the guy that Georgia picked on.
Yes. There's certain guys that, they're going to be out there. You see them out there. You're going to pick on them. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah. That's what a good coach does. But
Redmond looks a lot like Kamal Hadden, the way he plays.
Yeah. Oh, I know. For 2 years, we ripped Kamal Hadden's ass. And then he was just 1 year great, But we've got to... Right now, it's good. Right now, it hurts that we're playing all these young guys because everybody's hurt. Later on, it'll pay dividends. But we've got to figure it out one way or another. They come out with their heads on fire on offense, though, Saturday. Plain and simple.
Yeah, definitely.
14-0 early with the quickness. Farouk had that nice pick 6. That was a hell of a play, too.
What a play, dude. Single, and it's only him. Only guy who made that play. He made the tip and the pick for the 6. All of it was him. Great individual play.
It's good to see David Sanders out there.
Getting
his first start. That's needed. We're going to need him going down the stretch here. I'm going to say this, though. We've talked about it all year, the way our running back by committee has worked. Bishop's good, whatever. Star Thomas is used beautifully in this offense, though.
Oh, my God, dude.
Like, perfectly.
He's like a knife through butter against some of these weaker fronts. Like, if you bring 5 into the box, 6 in the box, you better bring 7 or 8, bud, because he's weaving through everybody.
You better pack a lunch.
It's a long day at the office when Star Thomas is carrying the ball, that's for sure.
You know what, though? I'm going to say it. You want to see what Kentucky football is in one play? One play. That play where there was three fumbles in one.
That was wacky. Wacky, dude.
It was like all I could hear was that circus song. I think it's Benny Thomas or whatever.
Da-da.
Just, yeah. That's all I could hear. But you know, at the end of the day, and all that though, that last play that we got the scoop and score on was
Yes.
a perfect, like, fundamental hit.
Yes.
Helmet on the ball, that sucker goes flying. We scoop it up. It's done.
He didn't he didn't aim for the guy. He aimed helmet first for that football, son. Great play.
Yes. I mean, it was. It was. I will give Kentucky credit, though, on one thing. They were able, in that second quarter, we put up 21 in the first
Yes.
quarter. That second quarter, though, they clawed their ass off to get back in that football game. They slowed the pace down tremendously.
That's Bob Stoops right there, man. Or it ain't Bob. Mark Stoops. His brother's stupid too.
They're all stupid.
But Mark, it's his brand of ball. He's played that ball ever since he's been at Kentucky. We've seen that too many times, Jordan.
Yeah.
We've watched that game in the second quarter, the way they played. We've seen that Kentucky game as SEC fans 100 times. We're not the first team that they're going to do that to. We're not the last team.
No, absolutely not. That being said, though, boys, I mean, I think we kind of went through everything. Let's run through some stats real quick, and then we'll get on to Oklahoma here shortly. Joey was 20 for 26, 396. He averaged 15.2 per catch. 15.2.
Per catch throw. Yeah. It's insane.
I will say this, though. The run game, Kentucky's got a stout run defense, though. Like, that's the only thing they were good at. Nobody had over 70 yards carrying the ball. R. Thomas had 10 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. John Bishop, 14 for 48 and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Lewis even got in on it, 4 for 9, 1 touchdown. We had 4 rushing touchdowns, so yeah, you know, can't really scoff at it. But here, this is the wild thing to me. Brazel, 4 receptions for 138 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest was 50. The boy averaged 34 and a half yards every time he touched the ball. Every time he touched the ball.
Nasty.
It's like a soapy pecker, man. You can't beat it. Mike Matthews, 6 catches for 107 yards, 17.8 per touch. His longest was 62, 1 touchdown. Braylon Staley, 6 for 105, 17 and a half per touch. He didn't have a touchdown, but his longest was 56. Ethan Davis, 2 for 23, 11 and a half yards per touch, 1 touchdown. You know, it was just a good offensive effort, but it's closer than what you think, because we both had the same amount of first downs. It was 25-25. Kentucky had 25 first downs. We did too. We had 504 yards total offense, 476 for Kentucky. Kentucky threw for 330 yards against us, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you kidding me?
I mean, that's a testament to not having our 2 starting corners and starting a lot of freshmen out there right now in the secondary, man. I mean, we're eat up with injuries in that secondary room. So
we had 504 on total, though. Sorry, Russ, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine, brother.
396 passing, though. This is interesting to me, though. Kentucky outran us.
Yeah.
146 to 108. Usually those two are flipped.
You know, that's the one thing that I'm a little worried about going into this next game is the rushing part of it. A lot of people are feared about John Mateer, but that running back they've got could potentially do some damage. If they're able to get running the way Kentucky was in this game, the way Miss State was against us, could be a long Saturday.
You know.
Well, let's save that for the next episode.
That's fair.
Which we're going to get started
Kentucky
here in a
did
second.
Hold the ball. Yeah, we'll get going here, though. Here in just a second on that one. Time of possession. We seldom win it, but Kentucky had the ball for almost a whole quarter longer than we did. They had it for 36:03. We had it 23:57 for the whole game.
Well, is that not Heupel's MO?
I mean, it is. It is. But, I mean, in a close game, that's going to matter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not, but I think it is. Shit, though, man. Here's the wild thing about it. Kentucky didn't have a guy over 200 yards all year receiving. They had DJ Miller. He went for 120. Kendrick Law went for 103 on 2 receptions. Like, you got to – there's some things you just got to
tighten that up.
Hell, their quarterback, man, he threw 4 touchdown passes all year. He threw 5 in this game. 5. Like, come on.
Well, I have my doubts about the defense. But how many? What more stat? Do you have any more stats for us here from that game?
Not really. Just final thoughts on the game.
Okay.
Good win, got out of there without injuries, man. I mean, any major injuries we avoided, it's on to the next one. 56 on the road, pretty good.
You know,
Jordan, final thoughts on the game?
I'll take it. Just got out of there, didn't get anybody really hurt. Defense got to be better. We only had one sack in the game. We can sit here every week though and say defense has got to be better. They ain't getting no better, boys. I'm sorry,
it's not. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We just gotta take what we get and hope we can score 70 every game.
We're in this bad. Let's play in it.
I'm not gonna rule. I don't think that 10-2 is gonna happen with the defense that we play. I just don't. I don't think it's gonna happen. But as far as the Kentucky game goes, I'm glad we went up there and beat them to death. They were never in the game. It's business as usual. Josh Heupel 5-0 now against Kentucky.
It's a hard place to go up there and get a win at. I'm sorry, it is. I mean,
I got
you
one
gotta
more
fight your ass off for it, but it is what it is. We got it.
Where you at, Russ?
Back to the coal mines. See you later.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Back to the coal mines, baby! Yeah, Kentucky sucks. Kentucky, not as a state. It's not like Alabama, right? Alabama has no irredeemable qualities about it.
Not a damn one.
The roads are better.
Besides having a good football team. Kentucky itself has some good good qualities. Good music from out of Kentucky. Big Tyler Childers fan. Bourbon. Love the bourbon. Love the bourbon. Horse racing. Kentucky is a useful state, unlike Alabama.
Man,
Kentucky football, though,
not Dollar General's a myth.
But I'm glad we went up there and won decisively.
Yes.
We've got there's question marks. There are question marks about our team despite a 22-point win, but we beat Kentucky.
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah, we did.
Which is something. We've only lost to Kentucky 3 times since any of us has been alive.
That's true.
And we've got to see them all in color.
We have.
Yep.
We have.
We've
been in a couple.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of the ass whoopings we've handed them too, though.
My final thoughts are just pretty much that. We should go to Kentucky and win in the fashion that we want.
You know what? I've got one more. If you're a Kentucky fan, you got to be like, thank God it's basketball season right now.
Thank God. Holy hell, they are ready for basketball. They are ready. More on the Mark Stoops thing. We talked a little bit about Mark Stoops last week. Is he still? I said he was safe. Jordan, you posed the question, is Mark Stoops safe at Kentucky? And I said, absolutely he's safe.
I don't think so.
Has that changed?
I don't think he is, man. I just don't. Like, they want so badly to be more than a basketball school. I don't think he's safe.
Well, I would say in this era, this new era that we're in, they might try to move on. And we're going to get into that in the next episode, but let's end this one. Huh?
Let's end it with a Go Damn Vols. Go Damn Vols.
Let's go Vols.